We're back with another race in FXR, the brand new league on F1 2020. We're here today then for the 10th round of the season, the French Grand Prix at the Paul Ricard circuit. And we come into this then with a nice healthy lead in the championship. We got through Q1 there, as you can see, comfortably, and just 17 drivers here then this weekend, so 3 went out because I believe someone actually crashed during that session as well, so that they counted as an extra elimination there. But we'll go then into Q2, and as always we're going to try and go through then on the medium tyres, because that will probably give us a bit more an advantage in terms of strategy here. It is a one stop, we're probably going on to hard tyres later on, so yeah, medium's probably going to be the ideal thing to qualify on. That's what we did then. We got through in 3rd place then, so it's looking like it could be a close battle here then for pole. Psycho Swish looking like it's got a bit of an advantage at this stage, as it was all very close actually at the bottom there in Q2 for the final places in the top 10, and yeah, it was quite tight there then, especially with Verstappen there and Manzi there trying to go through on the mediums as well. It was all got very tight there. Here we are then in Q3 then for where it's going to be our best lap then in qualifying. As you can see, we've already gone 3rd again here then, so we'll be hoping to improve on that then and see if we can get up to the front. So Psycho Swish then on provisional pole, and he took his 2nd win of the season last time out in Canada. I messed that one up last time because obviously he won in Bahrain as well, which I somehow, that just completely skipped my mind when I was doing the commentary for the last episode. So yeah, that was a bit of a mistake on my part. But we're here then at a track that is pretty bad in real life from, well, to be fair, the only 2 races that we've had here in the modern era. But it's a track that I just think is really fun to drive around. It just, something about it that I guess doesn't translate to real life, but yeah, I think this is quite a fun track really. It's quite fast. It does feel like you're just driving around a giant car park, but in a way that's kind of enjoyable, I guess. I don't know why, but yeah, it's just got a nice flow to it. There's some, as I said, some nice quick corners, and I do think it's a bit of a challenge to hook up a good lap round here. But I think this is probably our best lap of all 3 qualifying sessions so far then. As we come to line, we'll see if it's good enough, and it is just about there. But we did take pole position by only just over 1/4 of a tenth there, so it was very tight then in qualifying. We just pipped Psycho Swish to pole position. Our Verstappen, I believe it's his debut race then, is 3rd on the grid with Jake in 4th, and Hudrat is 5th. Pyro then I believe disconnected there, which is why he was 25 seconds off and only 10th on the grid, so that's not good for him there. For us though, we'll just be hoping we can maintain this now then, and obviously as we saw, we qualified, well, we got through Q2 on the medium tyres, so that's the tyres that we will be starting on. It's looking like it's going to be a dry race, so it doesn't look like that's going to be, that strategy is going to be affected too much then. It looks like we'll be going over to hard tyres then, and that'll be it then. That'll be our race, and it's looking like it could be a close one then at the front. I say that'll be it, but obviously, you know, there's going to be some battles to come, and yeah, it's certainly not going to be plain sailing then from pole position. It's going to be interesting to see what the likes of Jake and Hudrat can do there, starting on the soft tyres, whereas the front 3 of me, Swish and Verstappen were all on mediums, so we may well see some of those cars further back having good starts, and these first few laps could be interesting as the lights are coming on now. And we're away then, and getting quite a lot of wheel spin there, having a bit of a slide, but not as big as Psycho Swish there, who's gone straight into the barrier, and he's out of the race before we even reached the first corner there. So high drama there, and that has allowed us to maintain our lead then quite comfortably through the first few corners. But both those soft tyre runners then, in fact it's Johnny's moved up to 3rd then from I'm not even sure where, somewhere further down the top 10, but the safety car does come out then, so that's going to relieve some of the pressure on us then down that long Mistral straight there. So yeah, I guess good for us there then. It takes a bit of pressure off. But you see then a replay of the start, and I thought I let up the rears a lot. I was expecting Swish to be attacking me there, but no, he had an even bigger slide, and yeah, just completely lost it into the barriers there. So yeah, one of our main threats then in this race for the race victory, I guess one of the main protagonists as well in this race, didn't even make it to turn one then. So obviously, as I say, that is one contender then that is down. But yeah, we've got to try and make the most of that now then and see if we can build out a gap here. As we're back racing at the end of lap 3, we're going to have to try and build out a gap if we can then on these soft tyre runners and hope that they burn out their tyres quite quickly then. As we're back under green flags now then, we're just going to try and go full attack then for these first few laps and out the safety car then. Obviously I think just attack probably the best form of defence really, and that did work out then. Over the next few laps we did manage to build out a 5-second lead over Jake then, who was still in second place, and then pit in for maybe his one and only stop, but he may well be on a 2 stop from there, hard to tell really, but he's in then and we've got a nice lead then at this stage. On to lap 9 where we're up to 7 seconds clear then, and it's all looking very good for us at the moment then. We've just got to keep this going as it stands and we're going to be comfortably taking the win, it looks like. We're on the penultimate corner then and the safety car has come out and we have literally just passed the pit entrance there, so that was pretty bad timing there. I mean, we could have, if my brain had been working like, 1,000 miles an hour there, I could have maybe swerved across, but I'm pretty sure that would not have been a legal manoeuvre there. So yeah, I just had to carry on around there then, and yeah, unfortunately we're going to pick up the safety car here then. So well, it's looking like we've definitely lost out here then, but it's just going to be a case of how much we've lost out. And well, we had this race very comfortable at that stage then. We were 7 seconds clear, but yeah, that was some bad timing there then for us, and we now finally come in when, well, a lot of people will have already been in, and we've seen Verstappen's in. Doesn't look like Jake pitted there, unless he came in twice, but yeah, we're going to see quite a few cars and I think pass us, even though some of them are still catching up to the safety car. But we're going on then for our one and only stop onto the hard tyres, and then we'll see just how many places we've lost. We see also Jackson as well then, and he's also going to the end by the look of things then on the hard tyres. Out of the pits we're going to come then and we're in 5th place, so we've got some work to do now then if we're going to get back up to the front. And well, I guess it's going to make things a lot more interesting than it was before, because we were looking very comfortable up front. We didn't really have anyone to race with, and it's looking like we're sitting out some battles now then, as we've got 4 cars then in front of us that we're going to have to try and get back through if we're going to win this race. What's good for us though is that, by the looks of things, a lot of drivers are picking up penalties and we do not have any warnings yet, so if we can keep it clean then we may well be in with a good chance, even if we don't reach the front just from maybe other people picking up penalties here. Then we are now back underway and there's a lot of fuel saved up now, so we can just really go full attack for quite a lot of the rest of this race now then. So we'll just keep on doing that then, just keep on pushing now, and we'll hopefully be able to get ourselves back up to the front then. From the early part of the race and also in qualifying, it certainly looked like we had the pace to be able to do that, but it's just going to be a case of getting through a traffic cleaning now then, and we don't want to take too many risks because it may not be necessary to do so, as we didn't regain at all there on Shaggy down that straight there, but we may well have another chance here then, as we did get a good run out of the chicane there, and we got well, we used overtake there. I think maybe he didn't there, because we certainly started gaining a lot at that point, and through that flat out right hander we managed to move ourselves up to 4th then, so that's a good start then, and we're already catching up to the back of Dylan, who we looked quite a lot quicker then as we were heading through that complex of corners. And well, through here it's like a very wide entry through there into turn 12, so I was quite cautious there because I knew he'd probably be like sweeping across there to take the normal racing line. And obviously, as I said, we don't really need to be tripping over anyone at this point then. Dylan's got quite a lot more penalties than us, so we can sort of take our time a little bit then, but we did have a good run out the final corner there. We had DRS, well, we didn't have DRS actually, but we had some overtakes still, and we obviously had a slipstream, and we were able to move up to 3rd place then quite comfortably. Just Verstappen and Jake now then in front of us. Jake on the medium tyres still, so I don't know if he'll be going to the end from there. I would have thought it would be a bit of a challenge to do so, but we'll have to wait and see then, as we gained quite a lot then on lap 15, just seeing how powerful here then the DRS is, although also I don't know what engine modes Jake was running at that point, so that may well have played a part in it. But we certainly quite a lot there once we were in DRS range, and it's looking like it's only a matter of time then, but we just got to try and pick the moment then and try and get the move done cleanly here then. So we're following them first fast, these fast right-handers then, and there's just not really anywhere to pass around here, so I think we just have to just keep on putting the pressure on him then and hope that an opportunity provides itself then, maybe down that DRS straight once again then, as we continue to follow him then on the next lap. And I think just if we can get these few corners right, then we'll be on for a very good chance here at an overtake then through the well, down the mist route straight and towards that chicane, as we are quite close in behind him then. We're going to have DRS, and he's going to I think he's going to go slightly defensive then, but just with how long this straight is, we can just now take it into the normal racing line here then and just sweep around the outside and up to second place then. So just one car separating us now then from being back at the front, as we see then the replay, and yeah, you can just see there the power of the DRS really there, because we were ahead before we even reached the braking zone, so it was quite straightforward for us there to just take the normal line and move ourselves up a place, as we are now then less than 2 seconds behind Verstappen, and only a couple of laps later we were right on the tail of him now then, and he's also got penalties, so as it stands we don't even have to make this overtake, but it's looking like we have a lot more pace, so it'd probably be good for us to try and get the move done if the opportunity presents itself. I didn't actually think I would be close enough here then, but just the power of the DRS here then, he goes way with the inside line, but again that just leaves the door wide open for us then on the racing line to just take the normal line, and we are up then, back up to the lead then, having dropped down to 5th then during that safety car period. Here's a replay of it once again then, and yeah, I think Verstappen really just compromised himself a bit too much there, just went way with the inside line when wasn't really of any benefit for him to do so there. But that moved us up then into the lead of the race, and yeah, it was quite comfortable for us after that then. I think this is probably how it would have been if there hadn't been that, well, the timing of that one safety car. Obviously it was more straightforward and also more complicated in some ways, because obviously it was more straightforward because Psycho Swish crashed out early on. He would have certainly given us a lot more of a race, obviously if he hadn't crashed, but that was just the way it was. And then obviously that safety car threw a bit of a spanner in the works, but we managed to thankfully recover it then as we come across the line then to win the French Grand Prix, and yep, take another win then this season. And before we get to the podium then, we'll just look back down the field then at what was a very good battle then right on the final lap here then between Sika and Shaggy then, that went all the way to the line here, and the Mercedes then with DRS and a slipstream manages to pip the Haas then right on the line there. So it's a nice little battle there right at the back of the field. But for us then, we're on the top step of the podium once again then, our first win then at the Paul Ricard circuit. So it's just Monza now then of the tracks on the current calendar that I've never won at. So will we finally break the curse this season? I guess we'll have to wait and see then. But yeah, obviously Monza has yeah, we've been waiting a long time for that one, so I'm expecting to be waiting quite a bit longer for it as well, but we'll have to wait and see, I guess. As there are the final results then, we take the win from Verstappen then, and Jake was in 3rd. Jack was also up there in 4th from 11th place there, so an impressive drive from him. The championship standings are now on screen, and well, it's looking very good for us at this stage then, because we're 107 points clear then. We've got more than double the next driver's points, which is obviously Psycho Swish there in 2nd place on 93. It's looking all very close at the moment for 2nd place. I think it's just going to be a case of who can try and mount a consistent charge really, because I think, you know, there's so many races on the 2020 calendar that it's still up for grabs. I mean, because we saw what happened with me in Canada, you know, things can go wrong. So I think if someone can get like a good consistent run going, then it's still very much there for the taking. But obviously for us, there was no point denying that it's not going very well at this stage, but we just got to make sure that we keep it going. So yep, it's been another good race for us then. Hope you enjoyed this one, and hope to see you next time for the Austrian Grand Prix.